You know what to do, so why do not you do it? That's the topic that we're discussing today. Okay, please join us and be steady with us. The problem is not that you do not know. Let me ask you something. You already know what you do need to do. You know you should wake up earlier. You know you should exercise. You know you should study. You know you should stop wasting hours on your phone. You know you should start that project. You know you should save money. You know you should take your work more seriously. You know? So why are not you doing it? That's the question. That's the problem. That's the main problem that we have to consider it. Because sometimes you do not need another motivational video. You do not need another quote. You do not need another person telling you that you are capable of greatness. You have to stand by yourself. You already know that you are capable of. The problem is you keeping making the easy choice when the important choice becomes uncomfortable. That's the problem. And I am not saying that to judge you. I am saying it because I have seen how easy it is to do this. You wake up in the morning with a plan. You tell yourself today is going to be different, and then you check your phone 5 minutes, then 10, then 20, and before you know it, part of your morning is gone. You tell yourself you will make up for it later. That's wrong. That's too bad. Then later comes, you are tired, something else happens, and suddenly you are standing at the end of another day thinking, I will do it tomorrow. And tomorrow sounds harmless. But there is a problem with tomorrow. Tomorrow is always available, so you can keep moving your life into it. Tomorrow I will start, tomorrow I will exercise, tomorrow I will study, tomorrow I will work harder, tomorrow I will change. And one day, you look back and realize you have been promising yourself the same thing for months, maybe even years. So what is actually happening? Why can't you understand exactly what you need to do and still choose not to do it? Because knowing something and doing something are two completely different exercises and different things. Dear listeners, dear motivationals, my dear aspirants, that is the thing. That is the thing which I am saying. Please try to understand. Please listen it. Please keep it in your minds. Please keep it in your hearts. Please keep it in your minds. Please keep it in your bodies. Please tell it on others. Please tell it yourself. What what you have to tell? Please listen that. I am saying that. Because knowing something and doing something are two completely different things. Knowing is comfortable, doing is uncomfortable. Dear, doing is uncomfortable. Knowing does not require effort, doing does. Doing does. You can watch 10 videos about fitness without doing one workful. That's wrong, that's waste. You can watch hours of productivity advice without completing one important task. You can read books about success without taking the risk that success requires. And this is where motivation can become dangerous. So sad. Not because motivation is bad. It is not. Motivation can help you begin, but sometimes motivation gives you the emotional experience of progress. Without the actual progress, you feel inspired, you feel productive, you feel like you are changing, but nothing has changed yet. You still have to do the work, and that's the part nobody can do for you. Think about the moment before you start something difficult. Maybe there is an assignment sitting on your desk. Maybe there is an email you have been avoiding. Maybe there is a work you are supposed to do. Maybe there is a business idea you have been thinking about. You look at it, and suddenly your brain finds something else to do. Let me check my phone first. I will have some coffee. I will just watch one video. I will start after lunch. It sounds small, but repeated small decisions become patterns, and patterns can shape your days. Your days become weeks, weeks become months, and eventually, those small decisions start looking like your life. Now here's the good news. You do not have to fix your entire life today. In fact, trying to fix everything at once may be exactly why you keep failing. You create an enormous plan, Wake up at 5, exercise every morning, read 50 pages, study for 4 hours, work on your business, eat perfectly, never use social media, sleep early, and somehow you exactly yourself to become completely different person overnight. It sounds impressive, but it is difficult to maintain. So when you miss one part of the plan, you feel like you have failed. And once you feel like you have failed, it is easy to abandon the whole thing. I will start again Monday. No. Let's try something different. Make the next decision smaller. Don't promise yourself that you will work 5 hours. Tell yourself, open the book. That's it. Don't promise yourself you will become incredibly fit this month. Put on your shoes and walk outside. Don't promise yourself you will build an entire business. Spend 30 minutes working on the first real task. Don't promise yourself you will completely change your life. Change what you do for the next 10 minutes because action creates evidence. And evidence changes how you see yourself. The first time you keep a small promise to yourself, you prove something. The next time you prove it again, and slowly you stop seeing yourself as someone who is always trying to change. You start seeing yourself as someone who actually follows through. That's powerful. And I want you to notice something. You do not need to feel motivated before every action. Sometimes the action comes first, then the feeling follows. You don't always like exercising before you exercise. You do not always feel focused before you begin study. You do not always feel confident before you take the first step. Sometimes confidence comes after you act. Sometimes motivation comes after you begin. Sometimes the hardest part is simply starting. So next time you hear that voice saying, I do not feel like doing it today, do not fight with the voice. Just ask yourself, what is the smallest version of this task I can do right now? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, open page, one email, one set, one paragraph, one phone call, one decision. Start there. Because the goal is not to prove that you are superhuman. The goal is to prove that you can move even when you do not feel ready. And there's something else. Stop waiting the become the person who naturally loves discipline. The person may never appear. You may always have days when you do not want to work. You may always have mornings when your bed feels better than your goals. You may always have moments when your comfort sounds more attractive than progress. That's part of being human. Discipline does not mean you never want comfort. It means comfort does not get to make every decision for you, and that is a very different thing. So tonight, don't make another gain promise. Don't write 100 goals. Don't tell yourself that tomorrow you are going to become a completely different person. Choose one thing you have been avoiding, and ask yourself what I can do about it today, not tomorrow, not next week, not when we are more motivated today. Maybe it's only 10 minutes. That's okay. 10 minutes of real action is more valuable than an hour of imagining what you could accomplish, because your life does not change through what you attend into it. It changes through what you repeatedly do. And maybe the person you are waiting to become, it is waiting somewhere in the future, maybe later. Person begins with one small decision you make today. So you already know what to do. The question is not whether you know. The question, what are you going to do next? Because once you answer that, there is one more battle waiting. The moment when the excitement disappears, the moment when nobody is watching, the moment when your old habits pull you back, and that's where real consistency begins. That's what we will talk about next. Thanks for your time and watching our videos.